The Afrogiveness project addresses the issue of mental trauma faced by young victims of the Anglophone Cameroon political crisis by offering these victims not only the guides and resources to heal through mindfulness, but also the opportunity to release through poetry and storytelling, thereby transforming pain to purpose. It will be launched on October 5th to 6th of 2019 in Yaoundé, Cameroon, as part of activities to mark World Mental Health Day on come October 10, but we will also follow up with the healing process for at least 1 year until the beneficiaries show proof of healing. Run by Positive Youth Africa, the Afrogiveness was initiated owing to reports that the rate of mental illness in Cameroon has increased dramatically owing to the Anglophone crisis, and facilities remain insufficient to cater not only to their psychological welfare.
Since we don't keep on our weight, we'll just get some small thing,
but also their mental health needs. Initially, we focused on providing the basic needs like food, clothes, and empowerment through training on income-generating activities. Then we realized that our efforts were not yielding any tangible benefits, as the refugees and IDPs we worked with were stuck in fear, bitterness, anxiety, and depression. It dawned on us that unless the minds of these victims were healed and they were helped to transform themselves to survivors, our efforts will remain futile. Despite reports of the rise in mental trauma, the mental health of victims remains neglected, and mental health remains stigmatized, as they are left to wallow in excruciating mental trauma in a country where very few mental health facilities operate. Without ample care, victims are resorting to vengeance.
The challenges of life,
perpetuating the cycle of violence, and ills like child militarization and prostitution are on the rise. With the saying that everything starts and ends in the mind, we hope to offer psychological support because we believe that a healthy mind can always attract or produce positive outcomes.
How many?
For the housing, my brother is helping me with a small place which I lay my head with him and the family. So my problem now is education. If I can have a scholarship to study, that would be the best thing for me. Wheresoever the person, that one will not be my wish.
Can we have any other something, but it's not affected by it? So something, whether what the mirror reflects is bad or good, the mirror is not the mirror reflection of the rain does not make the mirror wet. Did you get that? A reflection of the rain does not make the mirror wet. Okay.
Once the object gone, the mirror does not reflect anything. The mind that easily let go is like a mirror. The mirror only reflects images of the present moment and not of the future or past.
Sustainable peace will not only happen with peace deals signed between warlords, but most importantly through the mental health of the traumatized victims who suffer most from the armed conflicts. We are also aware that art is one of the best forms of release, and that art is often best expressed during extreme emotional conditions of pain or joy. We do not want our IDPs or refugees to waste their pain, but to leverage it to express their artistic abilities, thereby transforming pain to purpose. We hope thus that they will rise from victims of war to agents of sustainable peace. The Afrogiveness project will be complemented by the Harmony Show, an artistic gathering aimed at enabling key beneficiaries of the Afrogiveness to express their art, and the Purpose Scholarship and Fellowship, which educationally empowers these survivors or beneficiaries of the Afrogiveness with scholarships to study and with training on income-generating activities respectfully. The Afrogiveness will unite 100 internally displaced persons in Cameroon and 100 refugees in Nigeria for its first edition. We'll be working notably with teenagers aged between 13 and 19 who have been mentally traumatized by the Anglophone Cameroon political crisis. From youth who were caught in stray bullets to those who were orphans, we will group together these victims so that they can learn, share, and grow. The Afrogiveness will involve the following traits: the purpose diaries. Beneficiaries will be given a diary to document their journeys from pain to purpose. Training. Beneficiaries will be trained on mindfulness and storytelling skills. Practicals. Beneficiaries will practice peace education through a series of mindfulness and yoga techniques such as mindful listening, the self-compassion pose, self-inquiry, presence, breathing for 3 to 4 hours on weekdays. However, beneficiaries will learn to make it a lifestyle because forgiving the past and joyfully living the present will not only guarantee a sound mental health but also bring sustainable peace and happiness. Storytelling and poetry gatherings will be convened in between the beneficiaries to release, learn, share, and grow. At the end, both a short story collection of their art titled The Purpose Diary will be published. Mentoring. Each beneficiary will be encouraged to share their knowledge and skills by mentoring other mentally traumatized victims of war. The objectives of the Afrogiveness are therefore to improve mental health of mentally traumatized victims of war by helping them heal through mindfulness and release through art, to help tell the untold stories of victims of war from the victim's side, to raise the agenda of mental health in a country and continent where mental health is stigmatized. And the benefits will include they will gain poetry and storytelling skills. They will be invited to artistic events. The Afrogiveness will be complemented by the Harmony Show.
Outside, it could be in the farm. You could be sitting by your grandmother's fireside. Just do something you love doing which makes you happy. And then now try to be with the person you want to be.
They will also gain educational support through the Purpose Scholarship. Expected outcomes are that the mental health of refugees, the agenda for the mental health of refugees will be raised, and that beneficiaries will not only cultivate the culture of forgiveness, but mindfulness as well. And that beneficiaries will learn to transform pain to purpose. And beneficiaries will learn to give back to their communities by sharing the knowledge gained. This has been organized by Positive Youth Africa.
It's a project run by Positive Youth Africa. And I initiated this project from two names, namely Africa and Forgiveness. That's why it's Afrogiveness. And we are not only running it in Cameroon, but also in Nigeria. And what is our aim? Our aim is to help mentally traumatized victims of war heal through mindfulness and release through art, notably poetry and storytelling.